We were advised that while the male was behaving erratically, that he entered the water and did not resurface.
All of these are purposeful. Something is going on in Austin, Texas.
APD is also still investigating the cases of 3 others pulled from Lady Bird Lake this year. And KXAN's Brianna Hollis is joining us now with a map to sort of show us where all these bodies were found.
Yeah, guys, good evening. So police found Clark's body over here. It's about to pop up. You see there's a lot of dots. We'll get to those in just a second. Here near the Longhorn Dam, and the other 3 found this year were all west of I-35, including 2 near Rainey Street. Now, all of these dots, 9 in total, indicate bodies police have pulled from the lake from the beginning of 2022 until now, based on what we found in our coverage.
There's a mystery in Austin involving the deaths of at least 11 men and a lake, leading some to fear there's a serial killer walking among them.
Just over the years, there's deaths that happen in and around the water. Sometimes they're shootings, sometimes they're drownings.
Feel the lake may be holding a secret. Even more bodies have been found in the lake over the years, including the body of Martin Gutierrez in 2018.
So it was a Sunday night. He went out to go meet up with some buddies that were just watching Sunday night football out there on Rainey Street. They went to one bar. They weren't there very long. Then went to another bar called Luster Pearl. From Luster Pearl, my brother was perfectly fine, and then he went to the bar next door called Alibi. By the time he made it to Alibi, he could barely even stand. He was slurring his speech. According to my friends, they were like, well, what's wrong with Martin? Like, you know, it's not him.
He doesn't have video from inside the bar, but he recorded video on his phone that showed Martin walking outside of the bar.
There he is, looking at his phone.
The video is the last time that Mitch would ever see Martin alive. So do you think somebody spiked his drink or something like that?
I do. The behavior I saw from a kid that I've known my entire life, and seeing that wasn't him.
And I was found at about 4:30 in the morning at the bottom of a ravine. Actually was right next to a river that would lead to Lady Bird Lake.
Lady Bird Lake, peaceful on the surface, but beneath that calm, a growing mystery. Over 20 people have been found dead in this lake since 2018, and today another body was discovered. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the deaths since 2018. A body was discovered this morning near the 200 block of South Lamar Blvd. They haven't released names, but they did mention that there was, I believe, a kayaker missing, and they believe that it's that kayaker. So let's talk about some of the confirmed deaths. In 2018, Martin Gutierrez, 25, found dead November 19 after being reported missing. 2019, Christian Poe survived an assault, found injured near the lake. 2022, in July, Raquel Lopez. August 2022, Ricky Parks, 59. September 2022, Amos Altayo. October, Christopher Gutierrez. December, Kyle Thornton. Now in 2023, February, we got Jason John, 30 years old, went missing after a night out, later found in the lake. March, Clifton Axtell, 40 years old. April, Jonathan Honey. April again, John Christopher Hayes Clark. June, Moga Dogal. 2024, February and April, 2 unidentified bodies discovered. July 5th, 1 body found near Rainey Street, ruled self-inflicted gunshot wound. December 22, Tai Lang Nigan, 73 years old. Then 2025, March 27, Jennifer Lynn Atkinson, 49, found near Congress Ave. June 3rd, a teen's body discovered near South Lamar, possibly a missing paddleboarder from June 1st. Lady Bird Lake looks calm but hides real danger. It averages 8 to 12 feet deep, with some parts up to 18 feet. Murky water, sudden drop-offs, thick underwater vegetation, and almost no lighting, no fencing, no safety equipment in key areas. At night, this place becomes a trap. Slip, fall, no one hears you, especially if alcohol or disorientation is involved. Some believe this isn't just accidents, it's a pattern. Theories range from a local predator to a smiley face killer type situation where young men are being abducted and dumped into the water. and it is mostly men actually that have been found deceased. Others think this area is known as a body dump site. All speculation, but hard to ignore with so many cases piling up. The community demands to install better lighting, add cameras along the trails, build safety barriers along railings, reopen cold cases.
We have seen instances where there was a KXAN article in 2019 where physicians have noted an increase of ER patients coming in from downtown bars who display unusual non-alcoholic related symptoms. When asked if the cause was from druggings, the physicians have often said, yes, I think it's definitely possible.
The city also stationed EMTs along Rainey Street as part of a pilot program. An Austin Travis County spokesperson told me that EMTs had actually stopped several people leaving bars from wandering toward the water. Now the city is looking at whether that program should be implemented full time, but it all comes down to money and the city budget. Despite the pilot programs designed to keep people safe, so many questions remain about how and why these men have ended up in the water.
We can't explain why it seems to be mostly men, but I can say that from the Austin Homicide Unit that we look into every possible aspect that we can in all these cases, and nothing has led us to believe that there is any sort of killer, especially serial killer, at play here.
There's a change.org petition with thousands of signatures calling for all of this. Still, the deaths continue. So what is Lady Bird Lake really? A beautiful urban oasis or something much darker? Let me know what you think in the comments. Are these just tragic accidents or is there a cover-up?
Let's go out to the victims' family, friends, and all those that will be affected by this tragedy. This is a tragic and unfortunate situation, and we're trying to figure out why this took place and what happened. Safety here in Austin will continue to be our #1 priority, and we will do whatever we can to figure out why this happened and what we can do from preventing anything like this from happening again. I will say this past Sunday at approximately 7 p.m., we did have a family paddleboarding here on Lady Bird Lake. At some point during their paddleboarding session, one of the individuals went missing from their family. That family reported this incident to us. APD, EMS, AFD all responded to the scene here, and unfortunately their search yielded negative results. They could not find the individual at the time that it was reported. Today, at around 7 a.m. this morning, we did have a caller call 911 stating they observed a body floating in the water of Lady Bird Lake here near Riverside and Lamar, here at the Butler Hike and Bike Trail. Right now we are trying to determine if the individual that we have this morning is the same individual that went missing Sunday evening. Again, this is a tragic and unfortunate situation, and we grieve with the family at this moment. We're trying to make positive identification on this individual that we have so that we can report back to the family if that's the case. Right now, we have our missing persons unit on scene. We have our medical examiner's office. We have our crime scene specialists. And they were trying to determine what took place. When APD responded this morning, they were able to successfully recover the individual from the lake. And like I said, we're trying to go through the notification process, the identification process, and we'll wait on the medical examiner's office to kind of give us their ultimate determination. Right now, based on preliminary information, there is no foul play suspected. There is no trauma to the body, and the individual that was recovered here today was wearing the same clothes as the individual that was recovered Sunday evening. We want to thank our community for coming forward and reporting this to us this morning so that the investigation can continue from this point forward. I'll take any questions that you might have at this time.
You were saying the individual that was found today was wearing the same clothes. Say that again, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so the individual that we have today is wearing the same clothes as the person that was reported missing Sunday evening. But again, we're going to wait to make that positive identification, and that's so that we can notify the family in the event that this person is the same person that went missing Sunday evening.
Did you say a man? Do we know if it's a child, a man, or both?
I'm being told it's a black male, possibly in his teens. In his teens. Yeah, in his teens.
Who called 911? Do you know?
Today it was just a citizen that was paddleboarding. Another paddleboarder was here out on Lady Bird Lake and notified us that it appeared that an individual was deceased and floating on Lady Bird Lake.
You said that this person was reported missing on Sunday. Was the search still active yesterday?
Yeah, so we've been utilizing the resources that we have, our Lake Patrol unit, and all the equipment that we have that typically takes place when an event like this happens. Like I said, we were notified Sunday. That was around 7 p.m. So, nighttime and the time of day played a factor. So that transitioned into a recovery stage the following day. And finally, here we are today. A witness reported seeing the body, and we were able to successfully recover that body from Lady Bird Lake.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out iCkEdMeL.com. Also sign up to my emailing list. We're almost at 1,000 email subscribers. Never miss another YouTube video again. Appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see what else today brings. Last night was a very busy night. Bye.